Hi, I did say in my last video that my hair was going to be changing, that I was going to recolour it. This is the colour. This is a Manic Panic Lizard Green. It's a UV colour. It's in a pot, a bit like a paste. Which is quite unusual to use, but it's actually very, very effective. It's done very well. Had a couple of bleaching sessions as always, but I'm quite impressed with this one. In this video I'm also going to talk about the Ricoh Theta camera, a few bits and bobs that you get from manufacturers from time to time, and also my counselling, which is my last session of counselling. So, let's jump into it. So the reason I'm going to talk about the Theta camera is simple, is that they've done an update to it recently. This was always a good camera and quite useful for 360 pictures if you wanted to take 360 images. It's only a small update, but the camera has been useful in the past for taking pictures. You can make them into little planets, you can do sort of your surround images, but you couldn't really move them around unless you uploaded them to the Theta website. So if you did a 360 image, you'd have to upload it to Theta, and then you'd have to put a link for Facebook for somebody to go to that site to view it. The latest update for the software and the camera means that you can now directly upload your 360 images to Facebook or other websites. So now you can do what basically everybody does with every other panoramic shot from every other manufacturer, is that you go straight to Facebook, your image is there, somebody uses their finger and they can just draw around and see the whole 360 image, which wasn't possible previously on the Theta. Still a very useful little camera, even more so now if you're thinking of getting one. It's great because now you can just directly upload your pictures to Facebook. The second thing I was going to talk about today was that it's the 10th of January 2019. I'm now going later on in the next hour or so for my last counselling session. And as I said in the last one, I've been having counselling since around about June, July 2017. So this will be my very last one, and it's been very, very useful. It's been a great journey. It's been really helpful. It's taught me a lot about myself. It's let me understand my journey through my life and where I've sort of gone wrong, where I've gone right, things that haven't really been of any help to me whatsoever, and things that maybe haven't been my fault. Obviously a lot of things are. Before the counselling I didn't really understand who I was. I could say, somebody asked me who are you, and I'd say I don't really know. Now I can say who I am, what I stand for and what I believe in, and you know, my journey and what I've been through. The last time I saw her, she asked me if I could think about what I wanted in the future, and if that was to meet somebody and be with somebody new. I thought about it and I said no, not really. I'll still not do that. I'll still take time off for that and just be who I am and see how things go. I'm not specifically looking to be with anybody in particular. So we'll come back to that. So we're going to come back to after I've done the session. I'll come back and we'll see how it went and see what happens really. So what do I mean by manufacturer freebies, and why am I going to talk about them? Well, from time to time manufacturers give you things to help you promote their products and to make you interested in promoting their products. And sometimes that'll be silly little things like, you know, in most cases it's going to be pens. Most manufacturers will hand you a pen and that will make you feel, oh great, remind me of that product, I'll sell some of them. Or talk about that product. Google gave us a Chromebook water bottle, which is quite useful. It has one of the frozen things inside, which is in the freezer at the moment, so when you go out you've got a nice red bottle, which is quite nice. You may have seen previously last year I did say when I was going away walking and stuff, I've got the Fitbit one. Sort of thing I suppose you would take if you was running or walking or that, but it's not really easy to hold, so not so much of a walking bottle. It's got a little handle to hang it though. The reason I'm talking about it is Virgin have recently come in and they give you a bit more than normal. The obligatory Virgin pen. But they've given us a fidget spinner, which is just quite nice. It's got the Virgin logo on it. Strangely enough, a thing for their power up, because they're all about broadband speed, they've given us a power up band, which is just a little bit unusual. This thing goes on here. Different, I suppose. That's more for the kids, I think. I'm going to use any adult's going to want that. A Virgin hand warmer. This is quite useful. It's coming up to winter, so they've given you a hand warmer with the Virgin logo on, but it's quite nice to stick it in your pocket, keep your hands warm if you're out in the freezing cold. But the main reason I'm talking about, and the main reason I mention it, is because they've also given us a power up energy shot. And I thought I'd try it on here, let you know what it's like. I'm not 100% sure. It's probably full of sugar, so let's have a look. Smells a bit citrus. It doesn't smell brilliant. Ooh, that is most definitely full of sugar. It's not too bad actually. It's just different because most manufacturers will normally give you something like mints or sometimes jelly beans. When I first got it, I thought, oh look, it's bubbles. But no, it's not. It's actually an energy shot drink you drink. So something a bit different, I suppose. Lovely. So that's the end of my counselling sessions. That's the end of my journey with the counsellor. I would definitely recommend it to anybody that's have issues, or anybody that's got any sort of doubts in their minds, or think they've got any mental issues, depression, anxiety, anything like that. Definitely worth having a counsellor and somebody you can talk to on, say, a fairly regular basis, once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever. It's definitely worth doing. For me, my journey really started back in 2010. I'd say in 2010, I finally realised in life what I wanted. I'd found who and what I wanted for the rest of my life, and everything sort of made sense then. What didn't help me was the past and understanding the past and how that affected my future, and I hadn't really looked at it or thought about it. Obviously it was too late, realistically. I mean, there was the building block with the person that I'd fallen in love with that had changed my world completely, and I wanted to do everything I could to be different for that person, but it took, I suppose, a splitting up, that going wrong, for me to be able to have the courage to sit down and talk to somebody about what I had and hadn't done in the past. You know, to which end I still wanted everything to be perfect and everything to be right for that person, and everything I could have possibly been and wanted to be since I grew up. In my mind, everything I wished I could have been, I wanted to be only and solely for one person. And that's the way I still think for the rest of my life going forward. But now I am sort of halfway through, and halfway through is in life. Had your life, had your past. Understand the past, understand who I am now, which I didn't beforehand. And I understand clearer what I always wanted. I knew what I always wanted, especially from 2010 onwards. I knew exactly what I wanted in life. But I had to understand the past to be able to understand how to go forward with what I wanted to go forward with in the future. But I'm now, as I said, 50% or halfway through your life means that you've now got the rest of your life to go forward. So that was then. I've now got the rest of my life to look forward to and everything else to do from now on. So the future isn't anything to be scared of, anything to fight of. I have no real plans for it. I have no, I know what I would like to share my life with somebody I love and spend my life with that person till the day I die. I think my goal nowadays is to be, the next person I am with will be the last person I'm with. I don't think that will ever change. I wish it was somebody who, it doesn't want it to be them, but if it's not them, then there's the rest of my life to lead, so I can go whatever. The counsellor asks you on a scale of 1 to 10 where you are, and I would say I'm about 8. And 8's good, she's happy with an 8. And 9's going to be difficult because a single person's very rarely going to find themselves at a 9 unless they're in their sort of late 70s maybe, and they've got friends around them and things to do. Somebody my age isn't going to get to a 9 or a 10 unless, well, 10's probably unachievable for anybody, to be honest. I don't think anyone's ever going to be perfect. But a 9's going to be difficult unless you're fully content with everything you dreamed you would ever have in your life. I've dreamed and found everything I wanted in my life, but I've not got that. So I'm very happy with what I have had and what I've had in the past. And I'm just now looking forward to the future and what can happen in the future. Which means no more counselling. Like any counsellor, they're there. If you suddenly go down and you have mood swings and you suddenly feel that you need them, then they're there. So that's that sort of done with. Obviously, vlogging and carrying on with this sort of thing, photography and stuff like that is my main goal now. Getting to some sort of level of happiness that I can be content with what I do and confident in what I do, confident in who I am and what I wanted in life. And I think it's made me feel a lot better about myself, and I am truly a good person inside, and that my heart is in the right place, my mind is in the right place, and I am, I can be what I want to be, what I've always wanted to be since I was a child, given the right situation. It's just now looking for that situation or that situation arising where I can truly be what I've always wanted to be, which I was trying so very, very hard to be with the person that changed my mind and changed my world. And that person, is still the only person I'd want to do that for, but obviously that person's not available now, so that's something that I will find eventually with somebody else. Not that I wanted it to be and never wanted it to be at all, but you know, life goes on, life goes forward. We'll see how it goes. I said I'll keep doing these videos, keep doing reviews. I've been doing some watch reviews. I'm going to edit some watch reviews tonight because I really need to. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, enjoy my coffee. Please think about subscribing down below. Hit the button for the links. I'll put all the links down below to the counsellor and all that sort of stuff, and to the things I've talked about today. And hit the notification bell if you want to be updated when I upload new videos. That will be including the watch videos as well as the YouTube vlogs. And I'll see you soon. Bye.